I need your full attention, because what you're about to hear could be the wake-up call that changes your life. Have you ever felt disrespected by women and couldn't figure out why? Maybe you thought it was her problem, or maybe you even convinced yourself it didn't matter. But here's the truth. Women don't disrespect men without a reason. There are specific habits, deeply ingrained behaviors that you're doing every single day that scream to her, "This man isn't worth my respect." The harsh part, you might not even realize it. I'm going to expose the 12 habits that make women lose respect for you, and you need to stay with me until the end, because habit 12 is the one most men refuse to acknowledge, and it's the most destructive of all. Write a comment below saying, "No more disrespect," if you're ready to commit to watching this entire video and take your life back. Before we dive in, understand this. Respect is not optional. It's the foundation of every healthy relationship, whether it's romantic, professional, or even with yourself. And here's the truth no one wants to admit. Respect isn't something you demand. It's something you earn. And every day, men sabotage themselves with habits that erode their respect, not only from women, but from everyone around them. If you don't fix these habits, you'll stay stuck in a cycle where disrespect is the norm, where you're overlooked, undervalued, and left wondering why you're not living the life you want. So, if you're serious about breaking free from that cycle, subscribe to this channel right now, because I promise you, this is just the beginning. And if you want this message to reach more men who need it, hit that like button. Let's make sure YouTube recommends this video to every man out there who's ready to level up. Now let's jump into the habits that are silently destroying your self-respect and ruining how women see you. Number 1, lack of confidence. Confidence is the foundation of any man who commands respect, but most men misunderstand what it truly means. It's not about walking into a room with your chest puffed out or showing off material success. True confidence is quiet, understated, and deeply rooted in your belief in yourself. It's the kind of energy that women can sense without you saying a single word. But here's the kicker. Most men kill their confidence before they even step out of the house. Think about it. Every time you compare yourself to others, scrolling through Instagram, looking at another man's car, his physique, or his success, you chip away at your self-esteem. Social media has turned comparison into a daily ritual, and it's crippling your ability to see your own value. Women see this insecurity even when you try to hide it. They see it in your hesitation, in your body language, and in the way you speak. Confidence isn't just something you fake, it's something you build. To start, stop outsourcing your worth to the world around you. You're not defined by your paycheck, your job title, or the number of likes you get on a photo. Confidence begins when you stop caring about external validation and start focusing on who you are. This doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with action. Confidence isn't built by thinking, it's built by doing. Take one small step today to prove to yourself that you can. Speak up in a meeting, hit the gym even when you don't feel like it, or set a goal and crush it. Each small win is a brick in the foundation of your confidence. Here's another truth. Confidence isn't arrogance. Women aren't attracted to men who feel the need to dominate or boast. They're drawn to men who exude calm strength. Think about Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor of Rome. He ruled one of the greatest empires in history, yet his writings reflect a man who was humble, introspective, and confident without needing applause. That's the kind of confidence that commands respect, a quiet certainty in your own value. Next time you feel insecure, ask yourself, what is this insecurity teaching me? Use it as a guide to take action. If you're not in shape, hit the gym. If you're unhappy with your career, start building a side hustle or learning a new skill. Action kills doubt. Women can sense when a man is working on himself, and they respect it deeply. Number 2, poor hygiene. Hygiene might seem like an obvious topic, but you'd be surprised how many men underestimate its importance. No woman wants to be close to a man who smells bad, has unkempt hair, or dresses like he just rolled out of bed. Poor hygiene doesn't just make you unattractive, it sends a message. It tells the world that you don't respect yourself, so why should anyone else? This isn't about being flashy or wearing designer clothes. It's about the basics. Cleanliness is a reflection of discipline and self-respect, and both are incredibly attractive qualities. Think about it. When a man shows up looking sharp, smelling great, and carrying himself with pride, it's impossible not to notice him. Women are highly attuned to details, and good hygiene is one of the first things they pick up on. Let's talk about some common mistakes. Showing up with bad breath or body odor, instant turnoff. Wearing wrinkled clothes or shoes that look like they've been through a war. It tells her you didn't care enough to put in the effort. And here's a pro tip. Women notice your hands. If your nails are dirty or unkempt, it speaks volumes about how much attention you pay to details. So how do you fix this? Start by creating a routine that works for you. Shower daily, trim your nails, and invest in quality grooming products. A good cologne can be a game changer, but don't overdo it. Subtlety is key. Pay attention to your skin, hair, and even your eyebrows. Yes, your eyebrows. These small details add up and create a lasting impression. But hygiene goes beyond appearance. It's also about your surroundings. A man who lives in a messy, unclean environment gives off the same vibes as someone with poor grooming habits. Women pay attention to the little things, like the state of your car or your apartment. If you're serious about earning respect, keep your space clean and organized. It's not just about impressing others, it's about creating a life that reflects your standards. Taking care of your appearance isn't vanity, it's self-respect in action. When you look good, you feel good, and that confidence radiates in everything you do. It's a feedback loop. Good hygiene boosts your confidence, and that confidence earns you respect. Women don't just notice, they admire it. If you want to be seen as a high-value man, start treating yourself like one. Number 3, disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior is one of the quickest ways to destroy a woman's respect for you. The problem is, most men don't even realize when they're being disrespectful. They confuse being direct with being dismissive, or mistake honesty for cruelty. But let me be clear, disrespect isn't strength. It's a glaring sign of insecurity. Think about the guy who constantly makes sarcastic remarks to his partner. He thinks he's being funny, but she's silently building a wall between them. Or the man who interrupts her mid-sentence, brushing off her ideas as if they're not worth his time. Disrespect doesn't have to be loud or overt. Sometimes it's in the subtle ways you dismiss her feelings, ignore her input, or treat her like she's less than you. The reality is that women are incredibly perceptive. They pick up on tone, body language, and the words you choose, even when you think they're not paying attention. When you're disrespectful, it signals to her, that you don't value her or the relationship. And why would any woman stay with a man who doesn't value her? Disrespectful behavior often comes from a place of fear. Fear of losing control, or fear of being seen as weak. But here's the paradox. True strength comes from treating others with respect. When you can acknowledge someone else's worth without feeling threatened, it shows that you're secure in your own value. If you want to be respected, start by respecting others. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything she says or let her walk all over you. It's about finding the balance between assertiveness and empathy. Speak your mind, but do it with kindness. Stand your ground, but do it without belittling her. One of the most powerful ways to show respect is to listen. Not just hearing her words, but truly listening to understand. Put your phone down, make eye contact, and give her your full attention. When you do this, you're not just respecting her, you're respecting yourself by showing that you value meaningful connections. Respect also means being mindful of how you handle disagreements. Arguments are inevitable in any relationship, but the way you argue can either build or destroy respect. If you resort to shouting, name-calling, or trying to win the argument, you're only proving that you lack control. Instead, focus on finding solutions and expressing your feelings without attacking hers. Women respect a man who can stay calm and composed, even in the heat of the moment. Let's talk about the flip side of disrespect: overcompensation. Some men, in an attempt to be respectful, go too far and end up being overly agreeable or submissive. This is just as damaging as being dismissive. Respect is a two-way street. If you constantly put her needs above your own, you're not showing respect, you're showing weakness. A high-value man respects himself enough to set boundaries and stand up for what he believes in. Another form of disrespect that's often overlooked is inconsistency. If you say one thing and do another, you're sending a clear message that your words can't be trusted. This kind of behavior erodes respect over time, even if it seems harmless in the moment. Women need to know that they can rely on you, not just in big decisions, but in the small, everyday moments. When you say you'll do something, follow through. When you make a promise, keep it. Consistency is one of the most underrated aspects of respect, and it's a surefire way to earn her trust and admiration. Disrespect also extends to how you treat other people. Women watch how you interact with waitstaff, strangers, and even your friends. If you're rude, dismissive, or condescending to others, she'll assume you'll eventually treat her the same way. On the flip side, if you're kind, patient, and fair, she'll see those qualities as a reflection of your character. The bottom line is this: respect isn't just about how you treat her. It's about how you treat yourself and the world around you. When you carry yourself with dignity and show respect to everyone you encounter, it creates a ripple effect. People notice, and women in particular, are drawn to men who embody these qualities. If you want to be respected, make respect a cornerstone of your character. Number 4. Neediness and clinginess. Neediness is one of the biggest turn-offs for women, yet so many men fall into this trap without even realizing it. In today's world of instant communication and social media, it's easy to become overly reliant on constant validation from your partner. But let me tell you, the moment you start acting needy, you've already lost her respect. Neediness isn't just about sending too many texts or constantly asking her if she still loves you. It's a mindset, a lack of self-sufficiency that makes you dependent on her for your happiness and sense of worth. This kind of behavior signals insecurity, and women pick up on it immediately. They don't want to feel like they're your lifeline. They want to feel like your partner. Clinginess often comes from a fear of losing her. You think that by staying close, by constantly checking in, you're protecting the relationship. But the truth is, this behavior does the exact opposite. It pushes her away. Women need space to breathe, to miss you, and to appreciate your presence. When you're always there, always available, you become predictable, and predictability kills attraction. If you find yourself falling into the trap of neediness, the first step is to take a step back. Reassess your own life. Are you filling your time with meaningful activities, or are you sitting around waiting for her to text back? A high-value man has his own mission, his own goals, and his own life. He doesn't need constant reassurance because he's secure in who he is. Building independence is key to overcoming neediness. Find a passion, pursue a goal, or dedicate time to personal growth. When you're focused on becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally become less reliant on her for validation. And here's the irony: the more independent you are, the more she'll respect and desire you. Women are drawn to men who have their own lives, their own ambitions, and their own sense of purpose. Another aspect of neediness is emotional dependence. If you're constantly seeking her approval or asking for reassurance, you're putting her in a position of power. And let me tell you, no woman wants to feel like she's responsible for your emotional stability. A high-value man takes responsibility for his own emotions. He knows how to handle setbacks, disappointments, and challenges without falling apart or seeking pity. If you're serious about breaking free from neediness, start by setting boundaries. Not just with her, but with yourself. Learn to say no, to spend time alone, and to focus on your own growth. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. When you're comfortable being alone, you become infinitely more attractive to others. Finally, understand that respect comes from balance. Women want a man who is present, but not overbearing, attentive, but not desperate, loving, but not dependent. It's about finding that sweet spot where you're engaged in the relationship, but still rooted in your own individuality. When you strike this balance, you create a dynamic that is both exciting and sustainable. Neediness isn't just unattractive. It's a sign that you're not living up to your full potential. By focusing on your own growth and embracing independence, you not only earn her respect, but also build a stronger, healthier relationship. Number 5. Dishonesty and unfaithfulness. A man's word is his bond. It's not just an old saying, it's the core of your character. When you lie, deceive, or cheat, you're doing more than breaking someone's trust. You're chipping away at your own integrity. Women are incredibly intuitive. They pick up on dishonesty faster than you think. And when they catch even a whiff of deceit, their respect for you plummets. No amount of charm, looks, or status can cover up a lack of honesty. Dishonesty doesn't just apply to the big things like cheating. It's the little lies that erode respect over time. Telling her you're working late when you're out with the boys, pretending to like her interests when you don't, or exaggerating your achievements, it all adds up. Women want to feel safe with you, and safety begins with trust. If she can't trust your words, How can she trust your actions? And without trust, respect is dead on arrival. In today's world, where social media gives us endless access to validation and attention, staying true to one person requires discipline. It's easy to justify a little flirting or an innocent message to someone else, but understand this. Every time you step outside the boundaries of your relationship, you're not just disrespecting her, you're disrespecting yourself. A man who is unfaithful shows he lacks control over his impulses, and that is the opposite of strength. The solution? Commit to radical honesty, not just with her, but with yourself. Ask yourself, why do I feel the need to lie? What am I afraid of? Often, dishonesty stems from insecurity, a fear of rejection, or a desire to appear better than you are. But here's the truth. Real strength comes from owning who you are, flaws and all. When you're honest, even when it's uncomfortable, you show her that you're a man who stands by his principles. Honesty doesn't mean you have to share every thought in your head. It's about being authentic, not oversharing. If you make a mistake, own it. It's far easier to lie and hide than to face the truth, and women know this. When you choose honesty, you set yourself apart. And let's talk about faithfulness. In a society that glorifies hookups and quick flings, staying faithful is a power move. It tells her that you're not just any man. You're a man who values loyalty and commitment. It's easy to be tempted, but resisting that temptation shows strength, discipline, and respect for your relationship. It's a clear message. I'm not a slave to my desires. I control them. The long-term benefits of honesty and faithfulness are unmatched. A woman who knows she can trust you will give you her full respect and admiration. She'll feel secure, and that security will deepen your connection. On the flip side, a woman who feels betrayed will never look at you the same way again. You might think you can rebuild trust, but once it's broken, it's a long, uphill battle, and even then, the cracks remain. If you've been dishonest in the past, don't use it as an excuse to continue. Today is the day to change. Start small. Be honest about how you feel, what you want, and where you're going. Practice being truthful in situations where lying feels easier. Over time, honesty will become second nature, and you'll realize that it's not just a habit, it's a lifestyle. Women will notice, and so will you. There's no greater feeling than knowing you're living in alignment with your values. Number 6. Anger and aggression. Anger is one of the most misunderstood emotions for men. We're taught to either suppress it or let it explode, but neither approach works. Suppressing anger turns it inward, where it festers and grows, eventually manifesting as bitterness or passive aggression. Exploding in anger, on the other hand, shows a complete lack of control. Both reactions destroy respect, especially in relationships. Women don't respect men who can't manage their emotions. When you lash out, you're telling her that your emotions control you, not the other way around. It's a sign of weakness, not strength. Think about it. What's more powerful? A man who loses his temper over a small inconvenience, or a man who remains calm and composed even in the face of provocation? The latter exudes control, maturity, and stability, all of which are incredibly attractive. Anger often stems from unmet expectations or a bruised ego. Maybe she said something that hit a nerve, or perhaps you're frustrated with life in general. Whatever the cause, the key is to recognize your triggers and address them before they escalate. Emotional control is the hallmark of a high-value man. It shows that you're not at the mercy of external circumstances, that you can weather the storm without losing your footing. Managing anger doesn't mean you ignore it. It's about channeling it into something productive. If you're angry about your career, use that energy to work harder or explore new opportunities. If you're frustrated in your relationship, communicate calmly and directly. Anger is a natural emotion, but how you handle it makes all the difference. Women want to feel safe with you, and nothing undermines that safety more than uncontrolled rage. One of the best tools for managing anger is Stoic philosophy. The Stoics teach us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you feel anger rising, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this worth losing my cool over? 9 times out of 10, it's not. Another strategy is to reframe your perspective. Instead of seeing anger as something negative, view it as an opportunity for growth. What is this situation teaching me? How can I use it to become better? This shift in mindset takes practice, but it's incredibly effective. It turns every challenge into a chance to prove your emotional strength. And let's be clear, anger isn't just about yelling or physical aggression. It can also show up in subtle ways. Sarcasm, passive-aggressive comments, or withdrawing emotionally. These behaviors are just as damaging as an outburst. They create tension and resentment, eroding respect over time. If you notice yourself slipping into these patterns, take a step back and reflect. What's really bothering you? Address the root cause instead of lashing out. When you master your emotions, you set yourself apart. Women notice when a man can handle stress, frustration, and conflict with grace. It makes them feel secure, respected, and valued. On the other hand, a man who can't control his anger creates chaos. And chaos is the opposite of what women want in a relationship. They want a leader, not a loose cannon. If you struggle with anger, start by identifying your triggers. Keep a journal or take mental notes about what sets you off. Once you're aware of your patterns, you can begin to change them. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or any activity that helps you stay grounded. Over time, you'll notice a shift, not just in how you feel, but in how people respond to you. Women respect a man who can keep his cool under pressure. It's a rare quality and one worth cultivating. Number 7. Constant complaining. Complaining is one of the quickest ways to lose respect, not just from women, but from anyone around you. Picture this. You're on a date, and instead of enjoying the moment, you're ranting about your job, the government, or how unfair life is. She's sitting there, nodding politely, but internally, she's zoning out. Why? Because complaining screams one thing: weakness. It tells the world, I can't handle my problems, so I'll just vent about them instead. Here's the harsh truth. Nobody respects a man who spends more time whining than solving. Life is hard for everyone. Challenges, setbacks, and frustrations are part of the game. What separates high-value men from the rest is how they respond to these obstacles. Complaining is the easy way out. It requires no effort, no courage, and no accountability. It's a verbal admission of defeat, and nothing kills attraction faster than a man who sounds defeated. Women are biologically wired to seek stability and strength in a partner. When you complain, You're essentially broadcasting that you lack both. It's like waving a red flag that says, "I can't handle life's challenges." Sure, everyone needs to vent occasionally, but constant complaining becomes a pattern, and patterns shape perceptions. If she sees you as someone who focuses more on problems than solutions, her respect for you will crumble. The Stoics had a different approach. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Instead of whining about what's wrong, focus on what you can control. Complaining gives your power away. Taking action reclaims it. This mindset doesn't just improve your life, it transforms how others see you. Imagine this scenario. Instead of griping about your boss, you channel that frustration into learning a new skill or applying for a better job. Instead of complaining about traffic, you use the time to listen to an audiobook or podcast. Over time, these small shifts in perspective compound into massive changes. Women notice men who handle adversity with grace and determination. It's not just attractive, it's inspiring. Another overlooked aspect of complaining is its impact on your mental state. The more you complain, the more your brain rewires itself to focus on negativity. It becomes a vicious cycle. You complain because you're frustrated, and the more you complain, the more frustrated you feel. Breaking this cycle requires intentional effort. Start by catching yourself in the act. The next time you're about to complain, pause and ask yourself, "What can I do about this?" If the answer is nothing, then let it go. If there's something you can do, take action. A man who faces challenges head-on without whining stands out in today's world. He's rare, and women are naturally drawn to rare qualities. When she sees you as a problem solver, someone who can weather the storms of life without breaking, her respect for you skyrockets. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to show resilience. Resilience isn't just enduring hardships, it's thriving in spite of them. The more you focus on solutions instead of problems, the fewer problems you'll have. Women respect men who embody this mindset because it signals leadership, stability, and strength. And those are the qualities that make a man irresistible, not just to women, but to everyone he encounters. Number 8, laziness and lack of ambition. Laziness is unattractive. A man without ambition is like a car without an engine, useless and going nowhere. In today's fast-paced, competitive world, standing still is the equivalent of falling behind. Women don't just notice this, they're repelled by it. They want a man who's striving for something, who's constantly improving, and who refuses to settle for mediocrity. Ambition doesn't mean you have to aspire to be a billionaire or a global leader. It's about having goals, a sense of purpose, and the drive to achieve them. It's about waking up every day with the determination to be better than you were yesterday. When a woman sees that fire in you, she's drawn to it. It's magnetic. But when she sees you coasting through life, content with the bare minimum, her respect for you evaporates. Let's break it down. A lack of ambition often manifests in subtle ways. Maybe you're stuck in a dead-end job but have no plans to change it. Maybe you've let your health slide and keep making excuses to avoid the gym. Maybe you spend hours playing video games or binge-watching Netflix instead of working on yourself. These habits might seem harmless, but they send a clear message. You're okay with being average. And here's the truth. No woman dreams of being with an average man. Think about it from her perspective. She's looking for a partner, someone who can build a future with her. If you can't even build yourself, how can she trust you to build a life together? Ambition isn't just about achieving big things. It's about showing her that you're a man with direction, that you're willing to work hard, take risks, and push yourself out of your comfort zone. Let's talk about the comfort zone for a moment. It's the enemy of ambition. The longer you stay in your comfort zone, the harder it becomes to leave. It's cozy, it's safe, and it's where dreams go to die. If you want to earn respect, you need to embrace discomfort. Growth happens when you challenge yourself, when you step into the unknown, and when you take risks. Women respect men who aren't afraid to do this because it shows courage and resilience. One of the biggest lies men tell themselves is, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and before you know it, you've wasted years of your life. If this sounds familiar, it's time to wake up. Start today. Set a goal, no matter how small, and take action. Progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. And that's what ambition is all about. Moving forward, even when it's hard. Ambition doesn't just benefit you, it inspires those around you. When a woman sees you chasing your dreams, she'll be inspired to chase hers. When she sees you pushing through challenges, she'll trust you to handle life's ups and downs. Ambition is contagious, and it's one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Ambition isn't about being busy for the sake of being busy. It's about purposeful action. It's about knowing what you want and going after it with everything you've got. If you're not clear on your goals, take some time to figure them out. What do you want to achieve in the next year, the next 5 years, the next decade? Write it down. Visualize it. Then break it into actionable steps and start working on it today. Ambition also requires discipline. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the effort, days when you're tired, discouraged, or just plain lazy. But discipline means doing the work anyway. It means showing up for yourself, even when it's hard. Women notice this. They respect it, and they're drawn to it because it shows strength of character. If you're not ambitious, ask yourself why. Is it fear, doubt, a lack of direction? Whatever the reason, confront it head-on. Fear shrinks when you face it. Doubt fades when you take action. Direction becomes clear when you start moving. The key is to start. Don't wait for motivation. It's unreliable. Start with discipline, and the motivation will follow. Women want a man who's going somewhere, a man who's building something, whether it's a career, a passion project, or a legacy. They want a man who makes them feel excited about the future, not one who makes them feel stuck in the present. Be that man, not just for her, but for yourself. Because at the end of the day, ambition isn't just about earning respect. It's about living a life you're proud of. Number 9. Jealousy and possessiveness. Jealousy is one of the most destructive emotions a man can feel, especially in a relationship. It's insidious, creeping into your thoughts and turning every glance, every text, and every interaction into a perceived threat. But here's the truth. Jealousy doesn't protect your relationship. It destroys it. And worse, it destroys your own self-respect in the process. Imagine this scenario. You're constantly checking her phone, questioning her every move, or getting upset when she spends time with her friends. What message does that send? It screams insecurity. It tells her you don't trust her, and even more importantly, it tells her you don't trust yourself. Women can sense this lack of confidence, and it's one of the fastest ways to lose their respect. In today's hyper-connected world, jealousy has become even more rampant. Social media fuels it like gasoline on a fire. You see her liking another guy's post or commenting on a friend's picture, and suddenly your mind spirals into worst-case scenarios. But ask yourself this: is the problem her actions, or is it your inability to control your emotions? 9 times out of 10, it's the latter. Jealousy is rooted in fear. Fear of losing her, fear of not being enough, fear of abandonment. But here's the paradox: the more jealous and possessive you become, the more likely you are to push her away. Women don't want to feel trapped or controlled. They want to feel trusted, valued, and free to be themselves. When you try to cage her, you're not protecting her, you're suffocating her. The solution isn't to suppress jealousy, it's to understand it. When you feel jealous, don't react impulsively. Instead, pause and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is it insecurity about your appearance, your success, or your ability to keep her interested? Use jealousy as a mirror to reflect on what you need to work on within yourself. If you feel insecure about your fitness, start working out. If you're worried about your career, set new goals and take action. Transform jealousy from a destructive force into a motivator for self-improvement. Women respect men who exude confidence and self-assurance. A man who trusts himself will naturally trust his partner. And here's the truth: trust is more powerful than jealousy ever could be. When you show her that you trust her, it strengthens your bond. It creates a sense of security and respect that jealousy can never achieve. Women want to feel chosen, not owned. They want to feel like they're with a man who knows his worth and doesn't need constant reassurance. Possessiveness, like jealousy, is another respect killer. It might start subtly, asking her who she's texting or wanting to know where she is at all times. But over time, it escalates. The more you try to control her, the more she'll pull away. Possessiveness is rooted in the false belief that you can keep someone by holding on to them tightly. But relationships don't work that way. The tighter you grip, the faster they slip away. The Stoics had a profound understanding of this. They taught that the only thing you truly control is yourself, your thoughts, your actions, your emotions. Trying to control another person is a losing battle. Instead of focusing on her actions, focus on being the best version of yourself. When you do this, you won't need to be jealous or possessive. She'll choose to stay because she sees your value. Ask yourself, do you want to be the man who chases and doubts, or the man who inspires loyalty and respect? The choice is yours. When you build your confidence, set goals, and trust yourself, jealousy becomes irrelevant. You'll know that you're enough, and she'll see it too. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship, and it starts with trusting yourself. Number 10. Neglecting physical fitness. Neglecting your physical fitness isn't just about your appearance. It's about the message it sends. When you let your body go, you're telling the world, I don't care enough about myself to put in the effort. And if you don't care about yourself, why should anyone else? Women are incredibly perceptive, and they notice more than just your physique. They notice the discipline, self-respect, and effort it takes to maintain a healthy lifestyle. In today's world, where sedentary living is the norm, staying fit is more important than ever. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling good, performing well, and projecting energy and vitality. When you're out of shape, it affects more than just your health. It impacts your confidence, your mood, and even your relationships. Women are drawn to men who take care of themselves because it signals that you have your priorities straight. Let's break it down. Fitness isn't just about hitting the gym or building muscle. It's about maintaining a lifestyle that reflects balance and discipline. It's about eating well, staying active, and making your health a priority. When you neglect this, it shows. You might think you're hiding your lack of fitness behind baggy clothes or avoiding physical activities, but she notices. Women see through the surface, and they can tell when a man isn't putting in the effort. But here's the good news. It's never too late to start. You don't need to become a bodybuilder overnight. Small, consistent changes can lead to big results. Start with 30 minutes of exercise a day. Go for a run, lift weights, or try a new sport. The key is to find something you enjoy so that it becomes a sustainable part of your routine. And don't underestimate the importance of nutrition. What you put into your body affects your energy, mood, and overall well-being. Physical fitness also has a profound impact on your mental health. When you work out, your body releases endorphins, which boost your mood and reduce stress. This positivity radiates in your interactions with others, making you more approachable and attractive. A man who feels good about himself carries himself differently. His posture, his energy, and his presence all exude confidence, and women pick up on this instantly. Neglecting your fitness doesn't just affect how others see you, it affects how you see yourself. When you're out of shape, you're more likely to feel sluggish, unmotivated, and self-conscious. This can create a negative cycle where you avoid physical activity because you don't feel good, and you don't feel good because you avoid physical activity. Breaking this cycle requires commitment, but the rewards are worth it. Women respect men who respect themselves, and taking care of your body is one of the most visible ways to show self-respect. It's not just about attracting women, it's about being the best version of yourself. When you're fit, you're more likely to take on challenges, push your limits, and live with purpose. Fitness is a metaphor for life. It's about consistency, effort, and progress. Ask yourself, what message is your body sending? Is it saying, I care about myself, my health, and my future? Or is it saying, I've given up? The choice is yours, and the time to make that choice is now. Start today. Take the first step, no matter how small, and commit to your journey. Women notice men who are on a path of growth, and physical fitness is one of the most tangible ways to show it. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every workout, every healthy meal, and every positive choice adds up. When you invest in your body, you're investing in your future. And when you respect your future, women will respect you too. Number 11, ignoring intellectual growth. If you're not growing intellectually, you're stagnating. Women respect men who are sharp, curious, and always learning. In a world saturated with distractions and shallow entertainment, intellectual growth is one of the most overlooked yet vital traits of a high-value man. It's not just about being smart, it's about having depth, ambition, and the ability to engage in meaningful conversations. Think about the last time you connected with someone. Was it because of surface-level chatter or because of a deep, thought-provoking discussion? Women crave conversations that challenge their perspectives, conversations that inspire and intrigue. If all you bring to the table is memes, sports stats, or Netflix recommendations, you're not standing out. Women notice when a man has invested in his mind, and that investment pays off in every aspect of your life. But here's the reality. Intellectual growth requires effort. It's not enough to drift through life consuming whatever's easiest or most popular. A man who values intellectual growth actively seeks out knowledge. He reads books, listens to podcasts, and surrounds himself with people who inspire him. He isn't afraid to ask questions, explore new ideas, or challenge his beliefs. This isn't just about impressing women, it's about becoming a well-rounded, fulfilled individual. In today's world, intellectual growth has never been easier or harder. On one hand, we have access to more information than ever before. On the other, we're constantly bombarded by distractions. Social media, clickbait articles, and mindless scrolling can trap you in a cycle of consumption without depth. Breaking free from this requires discipline and intention. You have to choose to feed your mind with substance, not just entertainment. When you invest in your intellectual growth, it shows. You become a better communicator, a better problem solver, and a better partner. Women notice when you can hold your own in a discussion, when you have thoughtful opinions, and when you bring fresh perspectives to the table. It's not about being a know-it-all, it's about being curious, open-minded, and willing to learn. These traits are rare, and rarity is attractive. Intellectual growth isn't just about knowledge, it's about how you apply it. Women respect men who can take what they've learned and use it to improve their lives and the lives of those around them. Whether it's starting a new project, tackling a challenge, or simply engaging in meaningful conversations, the value of intellectual growth lies in its application. The more you invest in yourself, the more you have to offer. And don't underestimate the power of shared growth. When you're passionate about learning, you inspire others to grow with you. Women are drawn to men who challenge them intellectually, men who push them to be their best selves. A man who prioritizes intellectual growth creates a dynamic, ever-evolving relationship that never feels stagnant. She'll respect and admire you for it, not just as a partner, but as a person. Number 12. Avoiding responsibility. Avoiding responsibility is one of the biggest mistakes a man can make, and it's a surefire way to lose respect. Responsibility isn't just about taking care of others, it's about owning your life, your choices, and your outcomes. When you dodge responsibility, you're signaling to the world that you can't be trusted, that you lack integrity, and that you're not willing to step up when it matters. Imagine this: you're in a relationship and a problem arises. Instead of addressing it head-on, you deflect, make excuses, or blame others. How do you think that looks to your partner? Women notice when a man shirks responsibility, and it's one of the quickest ways to erode their respect. They want a man who can take charge, make decisions, and handle challenges with grace and determination. Responsibility is the cornerstone of leadership, and leadership is what women admire in a partner. It's not about being perfect, it's about being accountable. When you make a mistake, own it. When you're faced with a tough situation, rise to the occasion. This doesn't mean you have to do everything alone, but it does mean you have to be proactive. A responsible man doesn't wait for others to fix his problems. He takes the initiative. In today's culture, responsibility often gets a bad rap. We're told to avoid stress, to prioritize ourselves, and to let go of anything that feels like a burden. While self-care is important, true self-respect comes from taking responsibility for your life. When you own your actions, decisions, and their consequences, you're living with integrity, and integrity is a quality that commands respect. Let's talk about why responsibility is so powerful. When you take responsibility, you're showing that you have control over your life. You're not a victim of circumstance, you're the architect of your future. This mindset not only makes you more attractive, but it also makes you more successful. Women want a man who can navigate life's challenges with confidence and resolve, a man who isn't afraid to take the wheel. Avoiding responsibility often comes from fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. But here's the truth: failure is inevitable. What matters is how you handle it. A man who takes responsibility for his failures learns from them and grows stronger. A man who avoids responsibility stays stuck, repeating the same mistakes and wondering why his life never changes. Responsibility isn't just about your actions, it's about your mindset. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality. This doesn't mean you'll always succeed, but it does mean you'll always have the opportunity to try. Women respect men who embrace this mindset because it shows courage, resilience, and a commitment to growth. Think about the men you admire. What do they have in common? Chances are they're men who take responsibility for their lives. They don't make excuses or play the blame game. They own their successes and their failures, and they use both as fuel to keep moving forward. This is the kind of man women are drawn to, the kind of man who inspires and uplifts everyone around him. Avoiding responsibility might feel easier in the short term, but it comes at a high cost. It limits your potential, damages your relationships, and erodes your self-respect. On the other hand, taking responsibility empowers you. It gives you the confidence to face challenges, the resilience to overcome setbacks, and the integrity to live a life you're proud of. When you take responsibility, you're not just earning the respect of others, you're earning your own respect. And that's the foundation of everything. Women notice when you hold yourself to a higher standard, and they admire it. They want to be with a man who inspires them to be better, a man who leads by example. So ask yourself, are you taking responsibility for your life, or are you avoiding it? The answer will shape not only how others see you, but how you see yourself. Step up, own your life, and watch how everything, including your relationships, transforms. Responsibility isn't a burden. It's your greatest opportunity to grow. And when you embrace it, you'll command the respect and admiration you've always wanted. The habits we've talked about today aren't just obstacles, they're opportunities. Every single one of them is a choice to stay where you are or to rise above, to settle for mediocrity or to demand the best from yourself. Let me ask you this: what kind of man do you want to be? The one who blames the world for his failures, or the one who conquers his fears, builds his character, and earns respect at every step? The one who hides behind excuses, or the one who takes full responsibility for his life and thrives? The answer lies in your hands. These habits are common, but they don't have to define you. You have the power to break free from them, to rewrite your story, and to build a life that commands respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Think about that for a moment. The respect you crave starts within you. It's not given, it's not bought, and it's certainly not begged for. It's earned, one decision at a time. That's what being a high-value man is all about. It's about living with purpose, discipline, and integrity. I want you to reflect on everything we've discussed. Which of these habits are holding you back? Which one will you commit to changing today? Drop a comment below saying, "I'm breaking free." Declare it to the world, because the first step to change is accountability. And here's something every man watching this needs to hear. You're not alone on this journey. There are thousands of other men striving to be better, to overcome these habits, and to build a life they're proud of. Subscribe to this channel and join a community of warriors committed to growth. Smash that bell icon so you never miss the tools, insights, and wisdom you need to keep leveling up. More importantly, share this video with someone who needs it. Let's make this message reach every man who's ready to transform his life. Because together, we're building a movement of men who rise above mediocrity, who embrace responsibility, and who lead with strength and purpose.